was 45.
47.
At 25.
So about
21.
31.
21.
I was 43.
I was 47.
18. I was 3. Crohn's disease.
Ulcerative colitis.
Crohn's colitis.
Crohn's disease.
Ulcerative colitis.
Crohn's disease.
At first, it was just another rare condition associated with Crohn's called granulomatous cheilitis, which is just swelling of the face and lips and everything. And then from that, just went to lots of different specialists and stuff, and they put me on all different diets with allergies and stuff, and saying I was allergic to everything. And then got into a doctor at the Children's Hospital down in Melbourne, and she knew what it was straight away.
I just after I finished my HSC, I had really bad abdominal pain. It was to the point where I'd wake up with it and I'd go to sleep with it. I got the whole ring around to different doctors. Some people thought it was appendicitis. At one point they thought it was bowel cancer. But eventually it got diagnosed as Crohn's disease.
A massive flare where I couldn't even have a cup of tea without having to be on the toilet.
I went an entire year without a diagnosis, and I kept going into one specialist after another, had various x-rays done, was told that it was in my head, and then eventually I hemorrhaged at home and lost 2 litres through the back passage and got rushed into Frankston Hospital, and my specialist came in to see me and said, "We think that you may have Crohn's disease, but we'll need to operate to find out."
I'm being really honest with you.
Constant toilet trips.
Which is always bloody.
lost a lot of weight.
Abscesses in my body.
Depression.
Constipated.
Vomiting. Excruciating pain.
On the 8-9 scale when it's really bad.
Lesions are developing my legs.
Hair's falling out.
Anxiety.
Like severe fatigue.
Ankles swelled up.
No energy.
Inflammation in my spines.
Arthritis.
Currently, I'm on infliximab.
Which is an infusion every 8 weeks.
6MP. Identify.
Humira.
Capturing.
Specific carbohydrate diet.
Imuran.
Quite a few trials.
And folate.
And Cellofan.
Dietary supplements.
Mexotrexate.
Slazopirin. And
Pentasa.
Penicillin.
Up until now, not invasive surgery. I've only had like the minor surgeries for drainage of the perianal abscess thus far. So.
I got put onto infliximab, which cleared up all the inflammation in the bowel, but just didn't help all with the strictures. So I had surgery to remove them, and that got pretty difficult. Like they couldn't actually find the strictures or anything when they went in, so they had to call my gastroenterologist into the surgery, who had to point out where everything was. They decided the one at the ileum wasn't needed to be removed, but took my appendix, and then they removed 15 centimetres from the other side. And then a week after being in the hospital and getting better, my appendix stitches came out and they leaked and started poisoning my body and stuff. And so then I had another emergency surgery after that, and that was Friday night, and I think by the Sunday night I was back in having 3rd surgery for the month, which the same thing, just the stitches didn't hold, and that led to having an ileostomy, which I had for then 9 months and had it reversed.
I've had another resection. I've had my gallbladder removed, and not due to a gallstone, due to the gallbladder just not being healthy. And I've had kidney stones.
I had 2.
I had so much stuff going on in my stomach that I actually had to have a bowel resection. So I was in ICU. I was in hospital for almost 3 months. So
You nearly lost to me in 1991.
Been in and had quite a few surgeries. I haven't lost anything. So the first time I went in, and when I was bleeding internally, they had a machine to suckle the blood away. When they opened me up, that's when they discovered that my large intestine was all just ulcerated, and so they just basically closed me up, put me into a reduced coma, threw me back into ICU. All my other operations, my surgeon and specialist were really, really good. They would always say that if we go in and things are really bad, then we'll cut bits out, but if it's not too bad, we'll try and leave it. So I've been very lucky in that I've been opened up 5 times by the same surgeon, and every time he's decided just to leave it be and not take me pieces out. So I still have all my large intestine.
3 times. I've been put into hospital for it, but
I think it's been 12 times now. I think it's 12 times, yeah.
You kind of just make allowance for the disease in your life and you just carry on. And so when I have the energy to go out and do things, I do, and when I don't, then I literally don't do anything. So yeah.
I can't work full time.
Before infliximab, couldn't go out.
sometimes it's just that fact that you've just got to get up and do it.
My big flare that I went into in 2012, probably for about 9 months, I was basically housebound for at least half the day.
The thing that sucks with people with Crohn's and colitis is that each person's different. So you can't really market saying, take this and you'll be fine.
That initial thing when the flaring and the anxiety that you have about needing to find a toilet, only being able to go places where you can access toilets, and at times having to ask to use people's toilets and they don't want you using their toilet. And that can include just going and visiting somebody for coffee or something and having to ask to use their toilet and a bit sort of awkward about going in because they haven't cleaned their bathroom.
I just think that there's not enough information out there to determine between the two as to, that IBS is quite mild compared to what we have.
I can understand where they're coming from, but yeah, it kind of pisses me off.
Yeah, I just want to slap them.
I think they're uneducated.
I just take it that when people offer things like that they're trying to be helpful and it's not their fault that they're ill-informed. They're wrong me, so I don't take offence.
I just think unless you have the disease, you have no comprehension whatsoever of what it's like to live with it.
It's very frustrating because I pretty much maintain that if you don't have a good understanding on the disease, it's pretty hard to listen to. These people who mean really good, but it's just like I'll smile at them and walk away and I'm like, whatever.
I can understand it because the drugs do make us look well. Yeah.
I just think that they just don't understand the difference. I don't think there's enough awareness of it, and that's why people just don't know about it.
I laughed when we were in my most recent colonoscopy and hearing someone being told that they had food poisoning and just wished it was me. Say, I wish I had something like that, or I wish I had an IBS or something like that. But I don't believe that people could even comprehend what it's like unless you live with it, because it's so much more than just going to the toilet all the time.
So I don't expect everyone to understand because there's a lack of knowledge out there in regards to IBD. But at the same time, for me, it's not very helpful to kind of, have to take that on board and that kind of thing. So it's a bit frustrating sometimes.
I mean, IBS can be quite severe and can be really bad, but generally speaking, it's just there's no comparisons.
We definitely need a cure for IBD.
We need a cure.
We just need a cure.
We need a cure desperately.
We need a cure.
We need a cure.
We need a cure.
We need a cure.
We do need a cure, big time.
If we could find a cure, God, we'd all have our lives back again.